So, Michelle,
So, David.
we're very close to getting back on air.
I know.
Really on air.
I know.
Just not this bollock getting together for 5 minutes.
Not little snackables. We're going to give you a full fix.
We're going to get you into full fixes. We're going to get you into some of the big stuff. There's things have been going on over
But this is going to prep you for that.
This is going to prep you. Let's have a look at 2023, what's going to happen.
Okay,
All right?
what is going to happen? Got your
point
crystal
number
ball.
one.
Crystal ball.
Yeah, well, the Ukraine.
Oh, you think Ukraine might be a thing? Okay.
It could be a little thing.
Oh, wow.
Could be a little thing,
What about Russia? You reckon that's a thing as well?
It could be
Maybe
a little-
China? Maybe China?
Yeah, who knows, right?
Okay.
That's the big thing. Ukraine is just going to be sitting there like a festering sore as it is. No matter what has happened over the Christmas break, it is going to fester. And also, Jesus, it's going to be cold in Europe. It's got to be freezing over there.
Yeah.
Everyone, look to the north.
Okay.
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
I mean, because just before Christmas, they completely reviewed and reformed their criminal act, and it's not a good look.
The bonk ban.
The bonk ban.
Which
Now,
is kind of like what our Liberal government tried to enforce, and that didn't work.
it worked so badly. Right, now, the whole thing about the bonk ban is I have a little theory about the bonk ban.
Yeah.
They put the bonk ban in there so we didn't see all the other shit that's in
Oh,
there.
100%. There is some stuff
There
that
is some
slid right in there.
seriously bad juju going on
Yep.
there. In particular, you're not allowed to criticise the president. You're not allowed to criticise the ministers. You're not allowed to criticise the government. More religious laws. There's a little law in there that says, well, local governors can also establish local laws. And that's basically a way to solve, the more Islamic regions throughout Indonesia, particularly places like Banda Aceh, where they'll just like go, right, Sharia law, let's go. So the whole thing is, what has been a slightly repressive democracy has become a lot more repressive democracy, and that's not good for us.
No, but we also don't see it because we like to holiday in Bali.
Yeah, and you know what? They did say, it's okay, Rhonda and Ketut can get it on if they want to, but I think Rhonda and Ketut are married now, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they are.
I think they are. I think
And they are fictional characters.
I know, but,
All right.
we still feel for them.
Do we?
Yeah, John McClane.
Okay.
So the whole thing is, you're going to be okay.
I will be okay because I don't really like Bali, so
It's not really...
it's not really my jam.
No, it's not. But the whole thing is only family members can inform on the people that are having sex outside of marriage. So, one, that's a double-edged sword in that, one, a lot of families are going to go, well, it's nobody else's business but ours. But the other thing is you might have a bitter family member who
100%.
goes, I am going to screw your life, right? And I'm pretty sure that the burden of proof is going to be on you, not the government. I don't know how their legal system works over there, but I just have a feeling that the burden of proof is on you proving that
we know how their
did
legal system works. They executed 2 of our own for drug smuggling and let someone who created a bomb that killed 222 people, including 88 Aussies, out after serving 12 years of a 25-year sentence. So I'm pretty sure we understand the system.
Yeah, but that was a whole thing of their government basically going, this is our land, this is what we do, this is how it works, right? So
I know, but it's kind of, they make it up as they go along and what they want to do.
Yeah, a lot of that goes on. But there was another thing in there, and it's like, there is no marriage for same-sex couples, so for the LGBTQ community, it's a really, really bad piece of legislation.
But it's also problematic for them worldwide anyway.
Yeah, right. So Indonesia is going to be somewhere to look to see how the population, because the last time they tried to do this, it didn't end prettily. And remember, they're only 200 kilometres, like the closest piece of Indonesia, which is West Papua, which again has its own problems, is only 200 kilometres from us.
And they have quite a... In terms of population, there are some very strict Muslims and there are some Christians, and they tend to clash quite a bit.
And also, it is the largest Muslim country in the world. And here's another thing.
And people don't realise that.
No, they don't. An interesting point. A friend was telling me that in KL, he said the funny thing is every time he went to Malaysia, he used to travel to Malaysia quite a lot, there was always a lot of Saudis around.
Yep.
And he said the funny thing was you'd see the wives on the jet ski, like the husband on the jet ski, like in a pair of shorts and his beer gut hanging out, and not a beer gut, a coffee gut, whatever. But then there would be the wife.
I can guarantee you that when they're not on Saudi land, they're drinking.
Yeah, probably. But then the wife was behind in a burqa on a jet ski.
Oh, of course.
So it's like, okay, whatever. Now the thing is, a lot of Saudis and UAE, a lot of the people out of the Middle East travel to Malaysia because it's a nice place to visit. Right, it's a pretty country.
Yeah.
Indonesia may also be sort of rigging themselves, and they know when they get there, when it's going back to Malaysia, the Middle East, the more Sharia countries know when they get to Malaysia, it is a very Muslim country, right?
So they want that Saudi money.
I think they want that Saudi money. And I think that's why they're like going, if we give Australia Bali and give, the Middle East, the rest of the country as their tourist playground, maybe
they get more bang for their buck. Double the bang.
They double the bang without any banging.
No.
There you go. How's that? Here's another one. Taiwan's going to, of course, the hot China-Taiwan thing's going to keep going. North Korea is building missiles. Like, have you seen the video of him when they roll the missile out? They've done this video of Kim Jong Un, and it's like him wearing a leather jacket. You see him sort of like points to a guy, and he
Top Gun-like.
Yeah, it's very Top Gun, and then a general points to him, and they slide their glasses on, and then this giant truck with the missile rolls out, and they're looking at each other with their glasses. It's just like, Jesus, you are not an action hero.
No.
Right, but there is a lot of ructions going on over there. We've got to be careful of that. But here's the one that we're really, this is the point that I think everyone needs to focus on, is the China-India border.
Ooh, what's going on there?
Well, here's the thing. Before we go any further, India is about to surpass China as the most populated country in the world.
Which is insane.
Yeah, because it's a lot smaller.
And it's also because China's been locked up, so they weren't really having kids.
Yeah, well,
Well, they had no access to hospitals, so.
You know what? People were giving birth without hospitals for thousands of years, Michelle.
All right. Calm down.
Yeah. Right. Now, here's the thing, though. On the China-India border, just before Christmas last year, there was a clash.
Yeah.
No one talked about it. It was very quiet.
Okay.
Yes. The weaponry?
Yeah.
Fists.
Oh, fist fights.
Yep.
Great.
300 Chinese and 150 Indian soldiers went toe-to-toe.
Why?
Probably because someone stepped over the border. There's a really great, if you can ever see it, look it up on YouTube. It's the...
I won't be doing that.
Yeah, changing of the guard on the Kashmir border.
Yeah.
Pakistan, India, in Kashmir.
Yeah.
Where the soldiers march really, really, really fiercely towards each other, and they march away. And they march fiercely towards each other, and they march away again. And then a new couple of guys come in and march fiercely towards each other. March back, go to their guard post, sit down all the time. Right, but it's this show of force constantly. So they generally put these pretty big, badass guys on. And, everyone thinks that, the men of India, the people of India are all, slim, tiny men like Mahatma Gandhi. They're not. There are some absolutely massively kick-ass guys.
Monsters.
So 300 Chinese faced off with 150 Indian soldiers.
And who won? The Indians?
Right, the 300, out of the 300 Chinese soldiers, 150 were injured.
Oh.
I'm like thinking black eyes, bloody noses, couple of broken bones, bruised ribs, stuff like that.
No.
Right. The Indians it was 300 Chinese to 150 Indians, that's right. Out of the 100 Indians, 20 were injured.
God.
They basically walked up, spat on the Chinese chest and went, bring it on. Bring it on. We'll take you forever. Right. So I'm thinking 2023.
We're going to see that heat up.
No, I think the Chinese and the Indians lead the way. From now on, you just front up at the border with your mates and it's on. Just fists.
It's, as Abbott used to say, they're going to shirt front each other.
Yeah, shirt front. I mean, be perfectly honest, interestingly enough, on Reddit, the discussion has started.
I love how you go deep on that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the great thing is, well, who's going to win? Like, we could make the UN a cage fight. So basically, if you want to speak at the pedestal, you're going to beat everyone off to get to the podium.
I'm here for this.
I reckon Ukraine versus Russia as a fist fight would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Zelensky's in them with a chance, I have to say. He's in good fighting form, I would imagine.
The problem is, like, Zelensky grew up in a steel town. He grew up in Newcastle or Wollongong.
He's got some fighting in him.
I reckon he's got a bit of toe. But, while
Vladimir's in decline.
Well, not only that, Putin studied judo. And the problem with judo is you got to grab the guy. And while you're grabbing him, he's punching you in the side of the head.
Exactly.
Right, doesn't help. I learnt judo when I was young and it doesn't help in a fight. Taekwondo and karate, on the other hand, very handy.
Okay.
Right. Now, the other thing is, I reckon Australia, bring it on.
Okay.
I reckon we'd probably rule the world by then.
We love shirt fronting.
We just find the biggest bogans we can and just, bring it on. Even the girls. Bring a couple of the girls in.
I know a couple of
bit of hair pulling, bit of that hair pulling, cat fight, smack to the side of the head type stuff. I just think this is the way war goes forward. We don't need nukes.
We just shirt front each other.
We don't need nukes. We don't even need knives. We just need a couple of beers and a pub, right? Basically, and a street. 2 pubs, you walk out of the pub. It's going to be hard to fight Saudi Arabia because they'll be sober. But then again, they'll feel it when you hit them.
Yeah, they will.
So look, China's big, right?
Yep.
And
Taiwan.
Also, by the way, I reckon Albo's a bit of a scrapper.
No, Albo just will get into. He'll do a DJ fight.
That'd be awesome.
He'd be beats over fists.
Yeah, but you know what? I reckon growing up in Marrickville, he's had a few. You would have got.
I would imagine.
Back alley.
So anyway, that's the end of the bite size. We're back next week with some full apps.
Some full apps. I'm not going to tell you what we're doing.
No.
It's going to be a surprise.
It will be a surprise.
It's going to be a late Christmas present.
And it means I'm going to be locked into a room with you longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, sucker.
No, it's not good.
See you soon.